Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Good morning, and this is Have Faith, Let It Begin. On this Monday, October 11th, 2021. We all have choices. We all have decisions. We all have opportunities to make things right. Sometimes we have the right to make things wrong. The key factor is knowing what is right from wrong. Have Faith, Let It Begin starts right now.
Check this out. Broadcasting live worldwide.
Hi, Daddy.
Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, the Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Have faith, let it begin. One day you'll say it. Can you say have faith, let it begin? Huh? Yeah. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
Let it begin.
Again.
Say have faith.
Again.
Let it begin.
No.
No? Okay. On a day that most of us are off, not me, I'm headed into work. Many of you will remember that when we were kids growing up, we always couldn't wait for Columbus Day because we knew that was a day off. So happy Columbus Day to everyone who celebrates it, and to all those that are off from work, congratulations. Folks, today is October 11th, 2021. My goodness, you blink and October is just like already closing in on half of the month. It's amazing. So here's a couple questions that I have for you. You ever make a choice that you realize later was not the greatest decision or choice that you made? How often have we created ourselves a path that we knew just about going into it was a little shady, was a little shaky, was something that maybe, just maybe, we may regret? How often do you find yourselves constantly saying to yourself, man, why did I put myself in this predicament? Why did I choose to go down this path? Everybody else told me it wasn't a smart move. Some warned me. Others told me. I saw the red flags, but why? Why did I choose to get myself in this situation? How do we know the difference between right and wrong? And when we're in it, and we're just thinking to ourselves, my goodness, how do I get out of this? What do I do? How do I climb out? Is there a rope? Is there a hand? What can I do? What choices can I now make? And if I do make the next choice, is it going to be worse? Is it going to be the right one? Am I going to get out of this? What do I do? You know, I'm a firm believer that many of us, if not all of us, at one point in our lives have done this. We've said to ourselves, I could have done better. I could have done things way better. I could have picked a better job. I could have picked a better position at work. Why did I choose this career path? Why did I choose this person to spend the rest of my life with? There's a lot of things. I'm just throwing out lists, people. Many of us just don't know what to do when we're in that situation. But we find that deep down inside we're screaming out for help. And we don't know who to rely on. Because let's face it, we live in a world now where you can't even trust your closest friends. You can't trust a relative. You can't trust anyone because one way or another, they are going to gossip. They are going to tell others what you've said. And at one point or another, it will come full circle. Or, at one point or another, if you lie, that lie will come back to haunt you. So where do we go from all this, right? I've just given us a ton of negative stuff. Ton. What do we do with all this information? How did I deal with that? I go back in time and I think about the choice I made to move to Providence, Rhode Island. I think about this quite often. I was in a toxic relationship. An opportunity presented itself for me to move to Providence, and I felt that it was the right thing to do. I didn't do it with the intention of leaving my ex. I did it with the intention of bringing her with me and getting away from all the distractions that were happening around us. As I want to call it fate would have it, it just didn't go that way. I still went. She never followed. We broke up. You know the rest. But then moving forward, I think about the way I chose to live my life. I think about all the decisions that I made, all the people that I hurt along the way, all the lies, all the things that I've done to create this mess that eventually, at one point in my life, I had to clean up. But you see, I don't dwell in all the decisions that I made. I don't think about all the choices that I made. I'm at a point in my life now where I choose to think about where I've learned from the bad decisions, the bad choices that I've made. And I try my very best, my very best, to not make the same mistakes again. So I ask you this. How many times have you made a choice where it wasn't the greatest, but you learned from it? You sat back and you learned from it. And you said, I'll never make that mistake again. Only to do it for a second or third time. After the second or third time, did you still learn from that mistake? Are you still making the same mistake? What do we do? How to overcome? Spiritually, for me, I rely on prayer. I have a relationship with God, and I ask God to help me, to guide me in the right direction. Now, many of you will say, great, so you're saying if I pray right now, God is just going to go poof, and it's over, it's done, I'm out of my situation? I wish it was that simple. Sometimes, for some of us, another decision can make things happen faster. For some, for most, for others, it takes time. For me, I saw my prayers answered 6 years later. That's right, 6 years of praying. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and sit here that I prayed every single night. I'm going to tell you right now that my relationship with God during those 6 years in Providence wasn't the greatest. I didn't have total faith in all that I did. I had some faith. Now you're probably saying, what's the difference between total faith and some faith? Well, it's quite simple. I only had faith in God when I needed Him. Total faith is that no matter what happens in life, no matter what happens in my life, no matter how bad it can get, I know God will see me through. And I know that it's in His time, but I have my total trust and faith in Him that He will make it happen. So, let me pose this last and final question. Have you made decisions? Have you made choices in your life that you regret? Are you ready to make new choices, new decisions, a new path? Are you at home right now screaming for help? Deep down inside, you're just not happy. Deep down inside, you're scratching and crawling and hoping that somebody will see your pain, will hear your thoughts, and maybe lend out a hand, a welcoming hand, and say to you, I'm here for you. I'll see you to get out of this hole. I'll help you climb out. And once you climb out, we'll climb the next mountain together. Well, Have Faith, Let It Begin does that. I'm extending that hand to all of you. I hope that each and every time I come on the air, I'm expressing that to you. I'm sharing that with you. Because I don't want you to do things by yourself. Now, many of you may say, well, that's nice. It's a gesture. He's on a show. He wants to say things like that just to gain viewership. He's all about downloads. He's all about this. I told you once, and I've said it many times, I'm not here to get famous. I'm not here to do anything other than to give you a daily devotion and to walk you through my legacy, my life. Because one day, when God has called me home, my daughter, my son, will inherit this show. So, Ariel and baby boy, because I haven't named him yet, when you grow older, I'm hoping that this episode will be in the right time, in the right place, and know that you're going to make changes, you're going to make choices, you're going to make decisions that you're not going to be proud of. Or you may make a choice or a decision and you are proud of it, only to find out later it wasn't the right decision. And that's okay, because God forgives. Daddy forgives. You can never, ever be wrong in the eyes of God if you allow yourself to know the difference between right and wrong, and knowing that no matter what, God loves you, God believes in you, God trusts you, and God will never leave your side. Think about that today as you go on to your day, and never forget that the decisions that you make today could affect others. So before you make a fast decision, a fast choice, it's always good to think about it. If you're a person that has a relationship with God, pray with Him. He'll steer you in the right direction. And even if the direction doesn't go in your favor, maybe it's a lesson that you need to learn, and choices that you'll learn to make later differently. But you'll be stronger, you'll be better, and you will never look down upon yourself. You'll always remember that someone helped you out of that hole. I hope you have a beautiful day, everyone. May God be with you. May God shine His light upon you and grant each and every single one of you peace on earth. And never forget, have faith, let it begin. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, man love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day. Reminder, everyone, that on Sunday, November 14th, live from Facebook Live and on this show, I will be giving a message at my church. At First Reformed Church. I will put the descriptions and the links, and I hope that all of you will join me on that special day. Have a great day, guys.